Alright, I do believe we're all set to go. Just need to do my usual last check of the audio, make sure I sound okay and that the game sounds alright. And there we go. That's all I needed to hear. Ugh. Alright, so happy Christmas Eve to all of you who are joining me this evening. Hope that you're all ready for the big day tomorrow and that you're looking forward to spending Christmas with whoever you may have with you. As someone who is in my situation, of course, I have no one, so I'm going to be content by killing my time by just continuously streaming Final Fantasy XIV tomorrow. But hey, I've been doing non-stop weekend streams for the last 2 weekends, so hey, why stop now when it's Christmas? But tonight, we will check off the next Aether Current quest here in Labyrinthos, and then get back to the main story, where we're gonna continue to try and hopefully help out the Forum in a way we don't necessarily want to help them with, but we kind of have to, because if things go wrong, they may not have a choice. So with that in mind, greetings people of the world, Matthias Griffin back with you for the continuation of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker live here on Twitch. So as we're chilling out here in Labyrinthos with this young female Elzen who's reading and the mammoth that's accompanying her, we're going to go ahead and resume our journey. Alright, so in order to do that, we're going to make our way over here to where our blue current quest is. Get the chocobo checked off, and then we'll go ahead and speak with this vexed veterinarian. Why is this person vexed, you might ask? Well, this appears to be a female Lalafell by the looks of it. Yeah, sometimes you gotta go in for a close look to be absolutely certain, so let's speak with this vexed veterinarian to take on her quest entitled Let the Good Times Troll. A veterinarian in the Charlotte hamlet is wrangling with a beast of a problem. Excuse me, ma'am. I couldn't help but notice that you've a way about you that simply screams, I have an affinity for creatures of the wilds. And since I'm never wrong about such things, might I trouble you? For what? You see, amongst the troops of trolls living in the outer circuit, I came upon one who was sick beyond measure. I took the poor creature in at once and saw him healed. Of course, but when I attempted to return him to his rightful home, he flew into a panic as if he could not bear the thought of going back. To make matters worse, the troll saw fit to escape into a den of Analas. I would go after him, but I'm so fumble-footed I'll scare him off like his nut and be torn limb from my pains by the fiends. So I turn to you. Would you seek out this troll of which I spoke? I shall provide you with his favorite food, and with it, you should be able to calm the piteous thing. Hopefully, that'll be enough to see his senses restored and for him to come hurrying back. And though I shudder to think of it, if any of those Analas seek to impede you or pester that troll, make those beasts regret their interference. Oh, and don't you worry, you will be rewarded for your efforts. Alright. Yeah, let's go ahead and dress for battle because I am using my alternate job, my dancer, to do this. And of course, we're still trying to accumulate Aether Currents as much as possible. So we're gonna head out the door and then see if we can find this wayward troll. Yeah, it's still further to the south. Can't tell if it's south as in the next spoke in the wheel by the looks of it, or if it's literally below us on the lower tier. Which it seems that's what it's looking like it's going to be. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Hold on. I think I can actually get this one. I can. Alright. I like that. That really helps. The next one, though, is way up there, probably at the start of the hamlet. Alright, well, we'll pick it up on the way back. For now, let's go ahead and find this wayward troll Amongst all these burning Analas. There you are. Yeah, there you are, mermaid troll. Let me summon my chocobo so that we might fight. Yeah, hey, you two, back off! And go. Yeah, I had to make sure I knew what I was doing there for a moment. Yeah, I think I'm so focused on the fact that it's Christmas tomorrow that I'm kind of blanking out right now. But hey, that's quite alright. As long as we get victory, that's what matters. Hello there. Yeah, you're kind of scared, so we've been asked to give you this. Come on there, mer troll. Whoa! I believe he approves. Thus, we will head on back. And that's a good start. Alright, let's get back to the veterinarian and check off this blue quest.
Look! He's returned! I can't thank you enough! I know they may look it, but trolls are really quite intelligent indeed. Indeed, they are an intrinsic part of the woodlands of Labyrinthos. And they keep it healthy and thriving. Though we have a responsibility to put down the more violent and unruly ones, most trolls such as this one are kind, docile things. In fact, my friend here has a real chance of becoming the leader of his tribe, perhaps even guardian of the forest someday. It is we who saw these creatures removed from their natural habitats and relocated them within Labyrinthos. Thus, we have a responsibility to watch over them, to ensure they are well, and it would be too cruel to dispose of one simply because they are under the weather. Ah yes, your reward, as promised. Now then, it's high time I saw this fellow return to the outer circuit. Farewell, adventurer.
Alright, so we'll take our experience 815 gil plus another 8th occurrence. And so away goes the veterinarian along with her mertroll. Nearest one is 280 to the north, as in probably like literally hiding right there in the corner. But since we're out of the side quest for now, we will head back to the main story. So let's hustle on over, cause Oriange has the Loporits and their leaders wanting to speak with them. So let's go ahead and speak with Oriange to take on the next level 88 main story quest entitled Wise Guides. Try as he might, Oriange cannot free himself of the Loporits. A tour of Labyrinthos. An unexpected yet prudent suggestion. Given the similarities betwixt this artificial environment and Besway's burrow, it would be in our best interest to have the Loporits acquaint themselves with those conditions deemed optimal by their Sharling collaborators. I fear, however, that continued reliance upon my limited knowledge would risk narrowing rather than broadening their perspectives. Mayhap thou art better suited to lead this venture. Okay then.
What a marvelous idea! Might we begin with that great big what's-it over yonder?
Ah, yes, the what's-it. I shall leave this explanation to Rika. Well, let's see what this what's-it is that they're referring to. So let's hitch a ride on my motorcycle. And where they wandered off to. Well, not that far. But yeah, what are we looking at exactly? Yeah, it looks like... Yeah, Singingway is already doing some singing already.
Goodness me! To build something so large without creation magics is positively stupendous! Perhaps you could direct our attention to its most important features?
So head to the designated location and survey the what's-it. Yeah, as Singingway continues to do the Singingway thing. Yeah, what exactly do we call that song? Search the apparatus for points of potential interest. You may move the camera as well as zoom in and out. Target an area and inspect it with R1 or A. Yeah, so we have 3 different things that we have to look at. We have to zoom in on them and try and find what specifically you want to look at. Like the tanks, for instance.
It's a little hard to see from here, but is that a golden pipe connected to the top of those tanks? And I can see through the window another pipe at the bottom. Ah, this must be for purifying water drawn up from below.
Alright, so then there's nothing over here by the looks of it. We do have this metallic tube as well.
Is that water I hear from inside that great big tube? It must be because of those cogs and that gigantic wheel at the top. Oh, I see. That's how they drop the water. There's probably some sort of spiral-shaped mechanism inside it too.
Yeah, very well could be. And then we have the mushroom-like thing. What is this mushroom-like thing anyway?
That looks like the trees in Greatest Endsvale. Hold on, that's a bit of a strange shape. It's thin at the bottom, but big and round at the top. Quite tall for something so unbalanced too. Now it makes sense. That's where they store the water.
Yeah, you're a very astute observer there, Singing Way. And now that you've seen what needs to be seen... yeah, have a look.
Well, if I were to hazard a guess, water drawn from underground, presumably with some other mechanism, is purified here and stored in that tower before being distributed elsewhere. I'm right, aren't I? I knew it! A design brilliant in its simplicity! I dare say it would take only a moment to install in even the harshest of environments. For us Loprits, that is. Indeed, securing a reliable source of water is of the utmost importance for any fledgling settlements.
Yeah, you gotta figure out how to do that.
We have read, however, that peoples of Aetherius sometimes make their homes in arid deserts and such. How are they able to survive?
Many settlements in Thanland are built near an oasis, or areas near waterfalls are common sites for villages in Girabanya. Yeah, we should probably point this out.
So wherever you choose to live, you're never far from water. Oh dear, I won't be able to procure the necessary amounts. We can provide enough water to keep them from drying out completely, but it would appear they rely on it far more than we anticipated. A few adjustments may be in order once we've calculated the average rate of consumption per individual. It may also be worth learning more about how exactly they obtain the water in the first place.
Master Orphaner spoke of the machinery responsible for that feat during our journey through Logisticon Alpha, did he not? Perhaps the Loprits will share his appreciation for the engineering marvel.
Oh yes, that sounds absolutely splendid!
We must journey beyond the sanctuary of Charlian Hamlet. I shall lead the way.
You mean we'll have to brave the untamed wilderness? A valid concern indeed. We could not help but notice the many dangerous-looking creatures with big nasty teeth lurking beyond the safe confines of this settlement. But we were not escorted here by burly custodians. Or were we not escorted here by burly custodians, I dread to think what would have become of us.
Regrettably, to many a hungry predator with the aforementioned big nasty teeth, Loprits may appear to be a potential and rather appetizing source of sustenance. Yeah, that gets them all creeped out. Might I impose upon thee to assist in securing safe passage to Logisticon Alpha? For my part, I shall act as escort to Living Way and Cooking Way. I entrust Singing Way and Growing Way to thy care. Alright, leave it to us. A more valiant protector they could not wish for. Godspeed. Alright, and they're off. And that's for you two.
If it's all the same to you, I'd rather not be eaten by some rude beastie. Come along, Growing Way, to the water extraction, what's it?
Oh. I thought we were going in the other direction. Apparently not. Before we go, I do want to see if this current is accessible from where I am. And for those of you who are wondering on my counts here in Labyrinthos, I only need 3 more as far as to search on the field. Yeah, I think this one is directly above me. Yeah, I'm gonna have to come back for that one. Alright then, let's go and reunite with our Loport friends. Let's get to where we need to go and make sure that they're safe. It's just about trying to figure out which door should I use in order to reunite with them. Because there are quite a few. Oh, we have red smoke now billowing. Is that to warn growing way and singing way of danger? Let's find out. Yeah. Stay clear, you two. Where's my opponent? Right there. Whoa. Yeah, get clear of that. And I'll just throw everything else at you, too. Oh. Did I just miss? Yeah, I don't know if I just missed or not, but... Ooh.
Thank you so much. I really hope this water extraction mod set is worth these harrowing experiences. All part of the fun, some might say, but I'd rather not be burnt to a crisp if it's all the same to you.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. Alright, away we go. Yeah, are there any more of the Aether Currents that are further south? Because, yeah, if I can't access the one that's up there right now, the best I can hope for is to find the other 2. So we'll weave our way around and reunite with the Loprets and Oriange. My friends, I bid you welcome to Logistica Alpha. Our destination doth lie at the lift's top. Pray follow me. And away they all go, and so, yeah, let's go ahead and reunite with them. Take me up, sir. Alright, singing way.
Marvelous! Simply marvelous! So this is where the magic, or science rather, takes place. The perfect environment to sustain life, artificially created. The knowledge we'll gain here will be essential when we start looking for new stars for your kind to inhabit. Apparently most of them don't even have air for you to breathe. You're very lucky that Aetheris just so happens to provide everything you need to thrive. Or did mankind turn out the way they are because of the available resources, I wonder? Either way, it's nothing short of miraculous and I cannot wait to see more of it.
Well, you'll certainly get to see more after we take the experience of 500,000 points, 1,074 gil, plus a pair of level 88 leggings. Apparently, Christmas comes early? Let me find out. Yeah, I'm curious. Yeah, early Christmas gift? Yeah, teaching their son how to play pinball, huh? That's really cool. Alright, so let's go ahead and move on with the main quest to speak with Cooking Way here to take on the next level 88 main story quest entitled Agriculture Shock. Cooking Way is eager for a change of venue, or at the very least a change of what's it.
This is all very wonderful, I'm sure, but I was rather hoping to learn more about your nourishment provision facilities. In other words, where's the food?
I believe both the knowledge and consumables you seek may be found at Merial Agronomics. As I imagine, Singiway and the others intend to study every conceivable facet of this apparatus. Wouldst thou be so kind as to escort our visiting culinarian?
Yes, that sounds much more interesting. Hopefully I'll be able to see firsthand some of the delicacies that Oriange was telling me about. Even his incredibly vivid, if a bit verbose descriptions cannot compare to something than myself. Not to mention Matthias will soon be no more, so I must learn all I can while there's still time.
Geez, you really don't have much hope, do you?
Let us brook no further delay!
Alright then. Speak with Cooking Way and have him accompany you. Alright. I guess that means we're heading on out of here. Well, Cooking Way has gone out quite a bit. In the meantime, yeah, it's quite a bit of distance out to the Aether Currents. Oh geez, look at all those Mandragoras. Yeah, at the crossroads we reunite with Cooking Way.
This is the place, yes? The heady aroma was enough to guide me here, and I've spotted several of the fruits and vegetables featured on our compendium. I'd dearly love to try some, but I read that those who help themselves to a farmer's crops without permission are often caught and put into pies. Perhaps we could ask whoever's in charge if they'd be willing to part with a few samples?
Cooking Way is now accompanying you. Yeah, the Cooking Way, this isn't Chicken Run. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Yeah, although you do have to definitely be confused by a question like that. Hey Jevka, how are ya? What a fun mess this is. Yeah, can you help out my friend here? Oh, it's you, the one who climbed down the mine shaft. I'd show you around if I could, but I'm rushed off my feet preparing for the Exodus. And I'm not the only one. We've all got to find ways to do what we do down here, up there, first on the moon, then on whichever star the Fallen decides will become our new home. It's all so sudden, so unreal.
Don't you want to go to the moon?
Well, it's better than waiting for the final days to claim us. But no matter how carefully it's all planned, we'll never be able to take every variety of flora and fauna with us. Even the ones we can take may not survive in their new environment. So many species doomed to extinction. Soy, that's not what you came to talk about, is it? No.
Not quite so dire, I assure you. We really merely wish to sample a little of your produce if we may.
By all means, help yourselves.
Much appreciated, my good fellow. So, where to begin?
Well, let's find out. We do have a target over here, right across the bridge. And so, looks like we're visiting the vineyard first.
Oh, I know what these are! Grapes, yes? Let's see if they're as delicious as they look.
And so...
So sweet, so sour. The taste is much like a ripe philosopher's carrot, and yet the texture is entirely different. The contrast between the outer skin and the fruit within most peculiar, though far from unpleasant. Yes, I think I'll try another. Well, that's certainly given me food for thought, though in a far less visceral manner than any philosopher's carrot. But tell me, what is your opinion of grapes?
I'd brave on a corrupting volcano for a choice bunch. Or I'd rather eat rancid gigantoad eyeballs or just meh. No, I like grapes.
Yes, they are rather moreish, aren't they? And from what I've read, quite versatile too. Something about people stepping on them to make intoxicating beverages, as I recall.
Oh, so you have heard of wine.
Anyway, that's enough about grapes for the time being. On to the next street.
Alright, so next up we're going over... Yeah, we're going a little further in, actually. We're going over the trees.
Orange by the name, orange by nature.
That's right.
What came first? The fruit or the color? Who cares? Let's eat!
Make sure you peel the skin first.
Yes, that's... Equal parts sweet and sour, as with the grapes, yet nothing alike. I may have to consult Oriange about expanding my vocabulary. I simply cannot find the words to describe it. Perhaps what I'm looking for is... bitter? This is all very complicated, you know. So many flavors, so many choices, and each individual with their own personal preferences. Now I can see why you all turned your noses up at the idea of eating nothing but carrots. Marvelous though they still are in my estimation, let no one say I said otherwise. But speaking of carrots, I've yet to sample any of the vegetables. Let's see what's in that field over there.
Alright, so now we're going back across the bridge. Letting the gardeners do their thing. And we'll go where Deloitte is, to the pumpkin patch. Alright, Cooking Way, what do you think of this?
That color, that texture, are these some sort of enormous round carrots?
Actually, not quite.
No. In any case, proper nomenclature is less of a concern than the taste.
But how do you eat them raw, though?
Ugh! It's so hard and flavorless! I may as well be chewing a piece of wood! That all but confirms it. These are nothing more than misbegotten failures masquerading as goodly carrots!
Maybe I should tell you.
Stop! 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 Can't you see those are pumpkins?
And no one with any sense would try eating them raw. You're supposed to cook them first.
Do you not find it an awful bother?
Far from it. Cooking is a joy unto itself. That is why you're called Cooking Way, right? And what's more, it broadens the range of ingredients that we may safely eat. But above all else, cooking allows us to draw out the full potential of our produce. Pumpkin stew has been one of my favorite dishes for as long as I can remember.
Then perhaps even these hard blocks of plant matter can become as delicious as the orange I sampled. I wonder though, is there anything even more delicious? How about the yellow fruit over yonder?
Uh-oh. It says Lemon Grove. Uh-oh, Cooking Way. I think you may get sworn off of our food in a hurry.
What a wondrous fragrance! With luck it'll have a flavor to match. As I have no idea how these are eaten, I'll just bite into it.
Yeah, and pay the price.
My tongue! Is this poison?
Yeah, we gotta explain it to you.
A lemon? You mean it's supposed to taste like this? How can something so similar to an orange be so revolting? It may be just some time before my palate recovers from this ordeal. As such, I best call an end to this round of sampling. Let's see our farewells and return to the others.
Oh, alright. Guess we'll get back to Mr. Jepka. Finished, have you? I trust you found something to your liking.
I'm rather enamored with the grapes and oranges. Less so the pumpkin, though I learned the hard way that they're not to be eaten raw. And then there was the lemon. The deceiver. I still feel so violated.
First time, was it? I hate for you to leave with a bad taste in your mouth, in more ways than one, so I'll give you this lemon muffin I baked. If this doesn't change your opinion, nothing will.
More lemon? Have I not suffered enough?
Try it.
Nevertheless, it would be remiss of me to spend this opportunity to... Oof, bit of sticking up there. Learn more of your inscrutable ways. Very well, Lemon Muffin, do your worst!
Yeah, Jepka throws Cooking Way a lemon muffin. It's an item level 510 food. And
this is... delicious!
yeah,
Although I still detect a hint of lemon, it complements the sweetness of the dough to create a perfect harmony. I would never have guessed its foul bitterness could be utilized so elegantly. My good chap, this is simply breathtaking.
See, we rarely use lemon in its natural state, but it has a starring role in all sorts of recipes, and the same is true for many other ingredients. It comes down to the making the most of the resources at our disposal, and sometimes that can even be the difference between life and death. Yeah, kind of a perspective for you. I know we won't be able to take every species with us. No doubt the Form agonized over what was worth preserving and what will be consigned to history. Hard choices, but make them we must if we're to survive.
Such strength of will! Now I know what Heidelin sees in your kind.
Oh, is that so? Just by eating a lemon muffin?
Mankind, the Loprits, we are both born from the accumulated knowledge of the ancients. They learned all there is to learn about the nature of sentient life and the fates of the stars themselves.
As we pan around the area,
once a civilization has fulfilled the basic requirements of survival, it will inevitably seek to eliminate all forms of negativity and achieve perfection. And therein lies its folly and its downfall. For perfection is an unattainable ideal. It is the paradox of the immaculate carrots. Yet civilizations since time immemorial have deemed the pursuit of perfection as progress. They pay no heed to the costs incurred in the futile quest, and all too often become the architects of their own demise, their dreams forever unfulfilled. What then is the alternative? The answer lies in knowing that our existence can never be perfect, to be content with what we have and make the most of it.
Yeah, you're a very insightful Loprit there.
When life gives you lemons, make lemon muffins!
Yeah, you're getting the hang of it. Pardon my Eolzin, but what of the seven hells are you on about? And who are you, anyway? Yeah, we haven't had formal introduction.
Cooking way at your service. I'm here to prepare for our trip to help to prepare for our trip to the moon.
Yeah, this little guy.
And once you get there, you'll be able to try my carrots. I've been growing all different kinds. But don't worry, there'll be room for your crops too. We'll work together to preserve as many of our fiercest species as possible if you're up to the challenge.
Yes, of course. I look forward to it.
Well, this has all been highly productive. Probably. Let's go and see if Voyager and the others have run out of machinery to inspect, shall we?
Alright. Yeah, it was nice to meet you, Jebka, says Cooking Way. And away he goes. Then we gotta go back down there. Well, first things first. I want to get my hands on that Aether Current. So yeah, let's go get that first. Eventually we'll need to get ourselves into a spot where we can get as much as we need. Further. They say further, I'll go further. Yep, maybe up to the top of that hill up there. Could also be on the opposite side. Yeah, we had a situation where we had something pop up on the back of behind the back of a tower. And that could be what happens here. Just to make sure. Alright, yep, here it is. So yeah, I was right about where this thing was going to be. Alright, so yeah, let's go. Up and over and across the bridge. And eventually, we'll get there. How far we gotta go for the next one? 1,037. So basically, right into the white area that we have not touched yet. It's a long way to go. We are starting to see people contributing here in Labyrinthos by harvesting various stuff for the great big journey that they want to go on. So I'm hoping that we won't need them to go on. Yeah, let's hope it works out in our favor. You know, we'll pass by the fate that is well and truly underway. Yeah, we are trying to get back to the Logisticon, so gotta get there as quick as we can. Alright, open the door. And get this.
That was most enlightening, especially the part with the lemon muffin. Actually, I was wondering, do you know of any other places famed for their cuisine?
I do, actually. Lim's Laments is home to the Culinarians Guild and many less than savory establishments, or the Far East has oodles of noodles. Yeah, both of those are very considerably far away, but Lim's Laments is closer.
Weird that I had time to visit. The more I learn of affairs, the more I wish we could spare from the final days. Alas, Highland's orders us to flee, not to resist. If only there was some other way.
Oh, we cracking them? We'll find out after we take our experience in 1584 Guild. Alright, so the next main story quest belongs to Mr. Oriange, so let's go ahead and speak with him to take on the next level 88 main story quest entitled Sage Council. Oriange appears to be tallying the Loporits in preparation for an imminent departure. Rika, I trust thy time at Mariel Agronomics did bear fruit. Our own efforts too were rewarded. We now possess an embarrassment of educational riches. No doubt our guests' relentless pursuit of knowledge could occupy them, and us, for a fortnight. Alas, time is of the essence. Let us return to Charlene Hamlet forthwith. I shall gladly attend to each and every Loporit there, should further questions within my power to answer thee. Or to answer arise, whatever. Alright, let's take them away. Going by choosing to stick out. Yeah, I guess he doesn't like moving on. But we must. Back to the hamlet. Alright, growing way. As everyone is chatting it up with Oriange. Yeah. What's wrong there, Growing Way? Yeah, what's got you down?
Yes, Rika, that was indeed me verbalizing a sigh to express my emotional state. Do you want to know why? Because I saw the reconstructed environmental data for Ithris and Logisticon Alpha, that's why! A forest so lovely and so leafy. Are all of your forests like that?
The Black Shroud is quite leafy indeed, a place of utmost tranquility. Their verdant, at least, the trees of Gervania stand particularly proud, or you should see the forest of the first. One was purple. Yeah, given that we originated as Lancer, I gotta vouch for Gridania and the Black Shroud.
Gasp! Gasp, I say! What a star so wonderful! It comes as no surprise that you're reluctant to leave it behind. I was a fool to think otherwise, to assume that the moon was something worth being proud of.
Well, really?
How ridiculous we must seem to you, trying so hard yet achieving so little.
Yeah, you're that distressed? Not at all. Thy works are no less worthy for their uniqueness.
I thought I heard tiny voices.
Oh, who goes there? Oh, Thancred. I was expecting another female voice, but nope. Hey there, Thancred. How didst thou fare? I was able to glean a fair bit from the researchers while helping to move their cargo. Preparations have proceeded without interruption here, despite news of the coming end. We have the Form's leadership to thank for that. That doesn't mean people aren't worried, though. Quite the opposite. Knowing disaster could strike at any moment, they hurry to complete their work, equally aware that a single error could be the difference between life and death, and we can hardly tell them there's no cause for concern. Yeah, what do we do? Perhaps not. Though aided by our goodly growing way, we may yet find other ways to lighten their burden.
Me? Well, to be of use to people? I'm honored that you would think me so capable, but I'm not sure I'm up to the challenge.
Nevertheless, I believe in thee.
If you say so, I suppose it can't hurt to try.
I saw someone mopping water in the... I saw someone moping in the Western Plaza that looked to be in need of a helping paw. Perhaps we might start with him? Yeah, what about it? 'Tis as good a place as any. Come. Okay. Get moving then. Alright, let's do it. Yeah, they're gonna be located right over here. Hello there. So as we chill out over here, here come our Loporets, along with Oriange. Excuse me. Oh, can I help you? Yeah, can you help out our little rabbit friends here? It is you who would help me? Is my anxiety truly so obvious? A burden shared is a burden eased. Pray tell us of thy troubles. Those little fellows do look like good listeners. Is it the ears? I'm an engineer, you see. And what they say of the ship, that it's the sum of decades of Charlian ingenuity, that it's built with peerless elegant technology is all true, but... I know, that's none of that's a guarantee. We never before launched a Starflame vessel, let alone flown it in the great expanse. All the tests we've run have been on the ground. Only operational personnel and cargo will be aboard for the first voyage. But even so, if it falls to us then, or if it fails us then, what can we do? And if it doesn't, it could fall apart on the next flight or the one after that. We've done everything we can to prevent that from happening, but it hardly matters. We thought the Etherburner's design was flawless, and look how that turned out. Yeah, I guess you need to reach exit velocity, right? Thou art familiar with these most daunting technologies, and thus dost thou hold the power to allay his fears.
Oh, I'm not sure about that, but, well...
Yeah, what can you do?
Maybe you could tell me if there are any aspects of this ship's design that you're especially worried about.
Our ability to walk about and perform our tasks, for one. I've devised the means by which to employ gravity, a spatial temporal spell to regulate the environment. But what if it's not strong enough? What if everyone floats away and begins crashing into things as soon as we've left the star? Yeah, that's a quandary.
Aha! Gravitation! Maybe I can be of help after all. Up there is not so different from down here, you see. The same rules apply, and if you consider them as part of one great big cosmos, rather than separate places...
Yeah, thus do they strike up a hearty conversation. I suspect both parties shall find comfort in this conversation. Me too. And as for the rest of you, yet if thankards tell be true, still others will benefit from insights born of experience. Might I prevail upon the Loporets to attend them?
An excellent idea if I do say so myself. There is not we'd like more than to ease the hearts of the fine people of affairs and learn more about them while we're at it.
They're definitely down with that. Full glad am I to hear it. Gather thy companions and bring them hither. Rika, thou hast a gift for finding souls in need of succor. Pray seek out the distressed and the apprehensive and inform them that help is at hand. I shall await them here, that I might introduce each to a suitable luprit. Okay then, we can do that.
Oh, I do so look forward to that. A place for every luprit and every luprit in the place.
Exactly. So yeah, as those two continue to hammer it out. Yeah, in the meantime, we gotta find 8 people. 8 of them. First one, thankfully, is right over here. An unconcerned gleaner. Apologies, but I'm awaiting a delivery. Whatever it is, we'll have to wait. See, as this gleaner's too busy to chat for his benefit or otherwise. Well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, we gotta search around the area to see who is in need of help. We'll have to do quite a sweep of the field in order to do that, and this range of looking for people is pretty large. What about this skeptical researcher? Have you heard anything of what's on the moon? I have no doubt that we can make it up there, but the searching for a new star part of the plan sounds awfully vague to me. I asked the form, but they will only tell us that our collaborators have everything under control. Forgive me, but I don't feel particularly safe wandering through the Sea of Stars on gods know what made by gods know who. Or maybe I can help you with that? Yeah, I know a few people.
You mean to say that I can speak with them directly? Amazing! I hope they like questions.
And thus we found someone who we could help out. Let's keep on going. Down to the opposite end to find this calm researcher.
Worries. No, I believe I'm fine, thank you. I've been confiding in my colleagues and it's helped a lot. Can't recommend it enough.
This researcher already has the support she needs. So we'll just keep looking. Who else out there is in need of a friendly Loprits to talk to? You gotta look around every nook and cranny to find someone. Anyone who may be looking for a friendly ear. I do want to get up though, because there was one that drove me nuts when I was doing this in early access. Because the person I'm looking for is going to be all the way down here. This harried aetherologist. Blasted assistants? Where are they going off to at a time like this? Yeah, hello there. Beg pardon, but I have not the time for idle chit-chat. I need to reconfirm that aether levels are consistent throughout the vessel's machinery, and it seems I shall have to do so single-handedly. I swear when I find those assistants of mine... Well, can you take a second iteration of help? Yeah, the Loprits are willing to help? Why didn't you say so? At least they won't moan about how they checked 24 times already and haven't slept in weeks. Lazy sods. You push your people that hard, huh? That's kind of sad, actually. But in the meantime, we found a hyperventilating engineer. The gods, my chest is tight. Am I dying? Is this what dying feels like? Dude, calm down. You're a big birdie Rogadin. Oh, do pardon me, I didn't see you there. There is no cause for concern, I assure you. No cause for concern, even though we may need to depart at any moment, and if the hull I designed buckles under the strain, the entire vessel may explode on launch, claiming countless lives and dooming all mankind, but that is highly unlikely. Yes, highly unlikely. Highly. Like, do you need a second opinion? Our visitors can help me triple check for structural flaws, you say? Why, that would be wonderful! I'm breathing more easily already! Alright, let's keep looking. We have a distracted researcher over here. 56 bunches of weeds in the ground, 56 bunches of weeds. Rip one out, add to the mound, 55 bunches of weeds in the... Yeah, let's record scratch that. Also, this is a woman.
Yep, I'm not neglecting my duties, I swear. was just in the need of a little break, you see, but then I found myself unable to relax at all, so I went on a walk, and then I noticed these weeds and...
Need anyone to deal with them?
Pleasant conversation partners, and oh, so fuzzy! Goodness me, that does sound like a much better way to relax.
Yeah, I'll have me some of that right away. Yeah, we still gotta find 4 more people in legit distress. Yeah, they could be anywhere. Like with this capricious researcher.
The end of the world is nigh, yet the work goes no faster. Schedules are such temperamental things. Feasible one moment are to bollocks the next. And yet I've never felt so alive.
This one is beyond your help. Only sleep can save her now. Yeah, this girl dang-on lost her shit. Let's go and speak with this anxious engineer next.
What am I thinking about? The medical facilities on the ship, of course. I designed them with the assistance of our sages and convergents, but to imagine every illness or injury that one might face in that great expanse is beyond any of us, to say nothing of the effects that living out there indefinitely might have on the body.
Do you need help with that?
The crew from the moon? Why did I not think of that?
Well, I'm glad we could help you think of it. Alright. Let's keep looking. Who else is out there who needs talking to? Okay, so we're back at start. Yeah, we gotta keep looking to find 3 more people. Yeah, where will we find them? Well, I see an icon. I see 2 icons. We have a despondent engineer over here. Just leave me to my misery. The form can appoint someone else. I apologize, I simply don't know what to do. How am I supposed to pilot the Ark if I'm already falling apart under the pressure? Need help with that, sir? You know a starship pilot that I might speak with? Truly? Yeah, definitely. Well then, there's no time to waste. They can help me prepare for this monumental task. Alright, you go get him there, cowboy. And in the meantime, we have a tired gleaner over here. Is anything bothering me? Well, I've been loading cargo for bells now, so my back feels like a voice sense played it as a piano. My feet and knees as drums and cymbals too. This gleaner seems fine if in need of a break. Yeah, still doesn't add to the tally. We got a grimacing naturalist over here. We'll get to you in a moment. But first, can I help you?
Yeah. My face? What's wrong with my... Ow. Perhaps I am a bit tense. I was tasked with ensuring that the proper fauna, and only the proper fauna, are brought with us to the moon. However, the suitability of a few species is still under debate, and I can hardly make the decision myself when I know so little about the environment up there.
Need someone who knows all about it?
Including the low-points in our discussions is a wonderful idea. I absolutely will. Thank you. Perhaps the biology itself might offer some clue as well.
Now, what about this ponderous mathematician? There's also someone over here in the back. But you first. Oh, hi there. Yeah, need any help?
Consult our collaborators. I suppose that would be more effective than sitting here brooding. I'm attempting to calculate how much cargo we can consolidate into fewer trips should the Aetherburner make our original estimates unfeasible, but there are simply too many variables. I feel as if my brow will turn me inside out. But perhaps the lunar associates will have more insights into how much weight constitutes too much weight for our purposes. Thank you for letting me know.
Yeah, we've got our 8. We don't even need to speak with anyone else. Alright, let's get back to Oriange then. Alright, there, Oriange. Behold, Rika. though through thine efforts we word hast sped throughout Labyrinthos. Verily, to a far greater number than we anticipated, Living Way doth gather more loprets as we speak. I shall assign each, in accordance with their skills, that new bonds of friendship might be forged. Should greater matters require not thine attentions, watch over them, I prithee. Okay. I just gotta wait over here for a while. With this guy. Brother Dragoon. Yeah, it seems like I'm seeing more and more Dragoons these days than anything else. Even the new jobs. And so, as we're having our lengthy discussions with the Loporits, yeah, we definitely got some headway in that regard. And Oriange is helping out too. Meanwhile, oh hi there, Living Way. How are ya?
Phew! Oh, finally some rest. Why, I haven't spoken so much in, well, in forever.
But aren't you running the show up on the moon, and shouldn't you be the one to speak out the various orders that need to be given? Also, hey there, Thancred.
Lively, isn't it? The town is abuzz. Everyone eager to meet with our friends from the moon.
Twould behoove you to consult with Sleeping Way. As our moon's pilot, his advice should be most pertinent.
If he can stay awake to do the job. Or would he just be on
I'm
autopilot?
impressed. Truth be told, I struggle to tell one from another. No offense intended, of course.
Of course.
None taken. After you and your friends left Mare Elementorum, we spent no small amount of time with your Urianger. Oh, the conversations we had. He told us all about Atheris, answered our every question, no matter how trifling or trivial. Look! Every page filled to the margins with knowledge.
So it was definitely worthwhile.
When I first arrived, I was struck by how little I knew. It was daunting. But then I realized that were it not for Urianger and his teachings, we'd still be stuck on the moon, gazing at your world and wondering what we've been missing.
Certainly a lot you've taken in so far. And we all seem to be happier for it.
What would they think if they could see Urianger now? I dare say they'd be more than a bit surprised. And impressed, no doubt. Master Louisoix, Minfilia, Papalimo, and not to forget,
Reen. Oh, meanwhile, yeah, more are coming in. But the music is stopping.
Oh there. Heard there was a visiting expert who we might bother with a few questions. I take it you'd be the one.
Can we help you two? Hi there.
Yes, I am.
Oh, what's going on? Yeah, something's not right. We should probably intervene here.
Wilson and Blovida, Sharlayan's foremost researchers in the field of teleportation magic, and Moonbreeder's parents.
Oh my. Do they know? Yeah, Edie told us all about Moonbreeder.
It hath been some time. Tis good to see you in good health.
Likewise, old friend. Blovida and I were most honored to answer the call. Never expected this reunion, though, did we, dear?
Apparently not.
Alfei, the nerve. Sending that letter, then running off to the gods know where.
Oh. Yeah, you're getting to witness affection.
Do you have any idea how worried we were?
Probably. Yeah, Oriange can barely move.
I'm sorry. 'Twas remiss of me not to deliver the news in person.
Yeah, he was preoccupied helping Elidibus.
No, more than that. 'twas I who...
Our daughter was disillusioned after Master Louisoix left her behind. The day the Scions called upon her was the happiest I'd seen her in years. She made her every choice of her own free will. No one could have ever forced her to do otherwise. Don't blame yourself for her death. Celebrate her life. You know that's what she'd want.
Yeah, there's not a doubt in my mind about that. Also, that's a perfect thumbnail shot.
If there is one thing we resent you for, it was that we could not be there to mourn her with you. Reading the words you penned in that shaky hand, we must have cried as much for you as we did for her.
Yeah. Embrace her at least.
I'm sorry. I truly, truly am. I knew not what to say. Knew not how to express my feelings. The poems and platitudes of wiser men, musings on sadness and loss, studied and memorized, and meaningless in the moment.
Yeah, he can't even keep his hands steady.
Silly boy. We are all powerless before such grief. Even now, try as I might, the words escape me.
Also, what the heck is that thing on your shoulder there, Bluida? I worry it's an injection of something that I don't think we want to be injected with.
But in our hearts, we know. We always know.
Yeah, let him go.
I remember when you were young, how the lads teased you for choosing the company of books over others. Our moon didn't take kindly to that. Be nice to Urianger, she'd shout, and give them a walloping. No matter how many times we scolded her.
So we offered a suggestion. Rather than starting fights, why don't you be the bridge between Urianger and the others? She had to mull it over for a while, arms crossed, brow furrowed in intense thought. But from that day on, she never let you be alone. She'd drag you outside to play, pepper you with endless questions, read the same books you read, all to try and understand you that much better. I'm sure it was annoying and exhausting at the time,
Oh yeah.
but she only ever had the best of intentions.
And look at you now, at the center of the crowd. The reason there even is a crowd, having brought these people together. You've no idea how proud we are.
Ah.
To see the boy, our daughter, trusted and believed in more than anyone, grow into the man she always knew he could be. I can see her in you too. Feel her. She walks with you wheresoever you go. So thank you, Urianger, for being who you are.
Yeah. He's got to break at some point, and there he goes.
I think I can feel her too.
Good man.
The truth of her life. Not sorrow, but hope and love.
Are you all feeling better now? As we look on from afar.
This moon breeder. She was important to him, wasn't she?
Oh yeah. More than you can possibly know.
You could ask the man himself.
Oh, no. But watching much I've yet to learn about your world. And its people.
You can live here your entire life and hardly learn a thing. And that's why it's too soon for this to end.
Exactly. So as everyone has had their very fruitful discussions with the Loprits, we need to conclude this quest by speaking with Oriange. Eureka, be assured that I am fine. I am. Glad to hear it. Full glad to see them too after so very long. Gladder still that it was in your company. As difficult as it was to accept their kindness, it would have been far harder had I faced them alone. I can imagine. It would have been hard for you regardless. So we'll take our 500,000 points, 1,244 gil, plus a pair of level 88 boots. Alright, let's keep the train going by speaking with Oriange again to take on the level 88 main story quest entitled Hither and Yarns. The pile of anxiety over Charlene Hamlet has thinned to more manageable levels. Thou hast my gratitude for lending courage to the Loprits. Not disposed to rest on their laurels, several of our guests have elected to accompany my countrymen to their stations. Some few may still come hither seeking counsel, and so I shall remain to aid them as need be. If thou art needed elsewhere, do not let me detain thee. As a matter of fact, I was hoping you might check on Alice. Last I saw, she was struggling to carry an enormous pile of boxes out the west gates. Why is she doing that? I could go myself, but we both know whose help she's less like to scorn. Not to mention that, much to my misfortune, I can think of several other things they ought to be doing. Until later. Oh, Alice. So as that happens, more new quests become available. No fewer than the 2 remaining job quests as far as the blue are concerned. Of course, we still have to get the story Aether Currents. And then there's still 2 more regular Aether Currents that are somewhere down there. So we're going to the west to find our next situation. So yeah, she's at a bit of distance. Can I get over the hedge? Yeah, come on there, Bruce Willis. Let's go. And so let's get to where we need to be. And find Lydimus Alice trying to do something she probably shouldn't be doing. As we return to Logistica Beta and go right past it. Hey Alice, how are you?
Rika, what are you doing out here?
I'm done with the Loprits for a while.
No, I don't mind if you help with the boxes, but it's far from the most exciting of tasks. Are you sure?
Yep.
Well, I appreciate the assistance. We need to get these to Aporia. Time is short, of course, but they're full of organic specimens and samples, so try not to be too rough with them. Alphanode should be waiting for us when we arrive. I'll see you there.
Never creates a simple Alphanode. You have 3 minutes to do this. Alright then, let's have at it. And be on our way. We're off. Yeah, I think for our best interest and for our health, we'll stick to the inside. And trace as much of a direct line as we possibly can in order to get to where Alphanode currently is. Here's my Mikote tail, my cute little Miko tail. Wiggles back and forth as I'm running around with this thing. And of course, I'm also impressed with Rika's physical strength as well. I mean, of course, being a Dragoon as she is, she needs a lot of physical strength to be able to jump as high as she can. But that, of course, also goes for my other Dragoons, too. So, yeah, we see a Fate entrance right at the gates, along with Alphanode 2. Yeah, this is easy.
Oh, you're helping with the crates. Wonderful. You can put that there with the others. You have my gratitude, but how did you become to be involved in this?
Well, let me tell you.
Then I suppose I have Thancred to thank as well.
So yeah, let's look at this place.
If you're wondering why we were tasked with bringing these boxes to a point to begin with, so was I. It turns out that this is a base of operations of sorts. Those with final say as to what is included in the ship's manifest can be found here. Father included, I suspect.
I suspect so too. Oh, who goes there?
Oh, that should be everything.
Yeah, stood right behind his back.
You carried all that at once? Are you trying to injure yourself? Oh, hush. They're lighter than they look, and not everyone has your delicate arms.
There's the evil twin, alright.
I suppose we should let someone know that we finished. Theopoldin is in the courtyard. We can report to him.
Meanwhile, what's the fancy glittering behind me?
Why don't you come along? You should get credit for your assistance at least. Considering where we are, you might even learn something interesting.
Okay, but I gotta see what's behind me. Alright, away you go. Is it part of the fate? Oh yeah, it's part of the fate. Alright, then we're good here. And luckily for me, this place is an Aether Currents, or rather an Aether Rites. Are there any Aether Currents nearby? There are, but further southward. Let's speak with Theopoldin. Cause it never ends, does it? What can I do for you?
We brought samples from Charlene Hamlet's Series 110. The crates are by the entrance.
Ah, thank you. I'd expected one of my colleagues, but we are dreadfully short-handed. Just a moment. You are Fortunate's children, are you not? More, they were.
Arfinode and Alice at your service. You are well acquainted with Father, I take it?
Quite. I've been friends with your parents since our days at the studium. I remember when you were yea high, wandering hither and thither. Clearly it's been some time since we've met. 'Tis good to see you again, wielding your father's newlets, no less.
You knew our parents when they were young? What were they like? Pray, spare no detail.
I should like nothing more than to regale you, alas. I am meant to be in charge here, and reams of paperwork want for submission.
We can help with that, in exchange for the sort of stories our parents would never willingly divulge, of course.
They want gossip and they want it now, or more specifically, she does. Very well then. There happen to be 3 sets of documents in need of delivery, so how about you each take one? Alright then. And obviously one is meant for me.
Wait right there.
What? I don't get the third? Yeah, hi there. Yeah, I was about to say. You'll find a form representative waiting to collect these near the southernmost structure. I hope I haven't kept them waiting too long. Never mind Alphanode and Odyssey, I'm certain they would be back soon enough. So let's find this reserve representative, wherever they may be and whoever they may be. So, yeah, I just want to make sure that I actually did a tune. No, I haven't yet. Yeah, let's make sure we do that. Because we could be looping around for a while. Alright, now to find the representative. Yeah, maybe I can get a perspective from higher ground. But nope, they're lower down. Here's the person of interest right over here.
Are you not one of the sons of the Seventh Dawn? I thought you were meant to be working on the Ether Burner.
Yeah, but we have to give you this.
Theopoldin's paperwork. I was beginning to worry he had misplaced his quill. I appreciate your help in seeing these documents in my hands at last. As for your other task, pray keep this between us, but I sincerely hope you son succeed.
Oh, is that so?
The Exodus is, without a doubt, the most monumental undertaking in the history of the Form, and so we must be circumspect in all respects. Risk is a privilege we cannot afford ourselves. At its heart, however, Charlene has never been a nation of the curious. It would be a tragedy indeed if we were the ones to stymie your pursuit of truth.
I guess. Alright, Theo, back to you. Yeah, there we go. Cleared it in one hop. Quick and efficient. I dare save a talent for this work. The twins' papers only needed to be delivered to elsewhere in the facility, so they should be returning any moment. Yeah, let's get that information.
We return with not a scrap of paperwork remaining on our persons, you will note.
You both have my thanks, and my apologies for sending you on an errand far below your ambitions. Why, even as a babe, you struggled out of your swaddling clothes and...
That is quite enough of that, thank you. It was compromising stories of our parents that we asked to hear, to reiterate.
Yeah, he doesn't laugh at your expense, the evil twin. Of course, of course. I've known your father for so long. I must have something. Well, as you know, part of why the Levier name garners such respect in Charlene is your family's storied history. You too can trace your ancestry directly to those who came aboard Neuncraft's Hope, a lineage few can claim.
I never thought of it much myself. It's not as though our forebears founded our nation, they were simply there when it happened. Nevertheless, it has traditionally been a point of pride. It is why Neuncraft's pronouncement, renounce the ways of war and pursue enlightenment through knowledge and reason, has ever been our family's creed.
Until your grandfather's time, aye. Orko and Louisoix looked not to Neuncraft's words, but his deeds. He asserted, in defiance of his peers, that choosing to save the great and the small from the rising tides was the true mark of our founder's virtue. Perhaps it was his expertise, his knowledge of ancient prophecy and the fall of civilizations that led him to conclude that to eschew conflict at every turn was to consign mankind to his doom.
There will ever be conflict and calamity will follow thus. To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence.
You remember his words well. Indeed, Orko and Louisoix lived by that personal creed and used every means at his disposal to bring succor to those in need, Charlene or no. No one loved and admired your grandfather more than his son. Really. Yet, Fortuno cannot reconcile Louisoix's deeds with the philosophy of their forebears and peers, a philosophy in which he believed so fervently, yet made a pariah of his father. Fortuno agonized over this contradiction for much of his life.
Gods, father!
A son may carry his father's blood, but his choices are his own to bear. Is it not always thus? Gods know Fortuno's a cranky old goat, so I'm sure you butt heads often enough. Yet even so, you must know that you are constantly in his thoughts, every moment of every day, and that is not an exaggeration in the slightest. Is that so? You should have seen him when you were born. Barely recognizable he was. He was kind of a dumbfounded grin if I'd not seen since he first took a fancy to your mother. He is practically skipping when he told me the news. Take my word for it, he loves you to an embarrassing degree. And yet... But he is also frustratingly single-minded. Once he's decided that a given action is for the best, he will stay the course no matter who or what opposes him. A profoundly annoying habit when you're the other end of it, as I'm sure you will agree. Yeah, take that in as food for thought.
I'll say... Thank you for your insight. When next we meet our parents, I shall mention that we spoke.
if that's a good idea. Try not to get me into too much trouble now. I need the form on my side. Speaking of which, I'll be getting back to work. I have to make sure those specimens you brought make it to their proper places, or the cranky old goat will have my hide. We can speak again later. Alright, so we'll take our experience, our 1116 gil, and a pair of level 88 gauntlets. And away he goes.
Hello, you three!
Oh, it's Graha.
Graha, surely Kokol hasn't driven you out of the forge already?
For better or worse, no. However, he has sent me a task that requires more than my single pair of hands, and here you are. I could use at least one of you, but I won't object to more. Unfortunately, Alice and I have prior commitments, and we have delayed too long as it is.
What about with you, Rika? Can you spare the time?
Not like I got anything better to do. Perfect. This shouldn't take long. Alright then. Hi, Graha. As you arrive on the scene, we turn things over to you for the next level 88 main story quest entitled Once Forged. An unspecified task awaits you. In the event that our, and I quote, promised heap of adamantite falls right out of the bloody sky into my lap, Master Kokol wishes to be ready to put the proverbial hammer to anvil at a moment's notice. To fabricate these parts, however, he needs the flames in Kokol's forge to burn hotter. He sent me to increase the amount of ether being funneled to his furnaces. The flow of fire aspected ether in Labyrinthos is regulated by an elemental reactor south of here, for which I have borrowed the key. The adjustment will require 2 people to carry out safely, but I can explain the process when we arrive.
Alright, this is where we part then. We'll see you in Charlene Hamlet once the adamantite arrives, if not before.
And so off go the twins.
This way then.
Yeah, we're ready to come along there, my brother. Alright, let's go. Also, that is a golden horse that you're riding on. Is that golden armor plated? I don't know what you're riding, but it looks amazing. And I would like to know where you get it from. Yeah, for all we know, the two of us are heading to the exact same quests. In the meantime, Graha! The reactor is housed within this facility. I'll be the one to go inside and adjust the fire ether output. When I do, a rather large amount of water aspected ether will issue from the vent at the top. I expect this to attract at least a few elementals, which we would both rather not be drawn into the reactor itself. Trust me. Can I ask that you put down any that draw too near? They'll pose you little trouble, I'm sure. Alright, looks like combat is required again. Wait here if you would. Alright, so as he goes and does his thing in there, we got to, once again, call out our battle armor, summon my chocobo, and prepare to throw down. Don't worry, Graha, I will defend you. What wants a piece of me? How about you? Yeah, give it everything you got. Anything else coming? Oh yes, there is. Yeah, give it everything you got and don't hold back. And up we go. For a little spin kick in your face. Now we got more coming. In, out, and in again, and then boom! Alright. So here comes Graha. Did everything go smoothly out here? Yep, everything was defended against successfully. I thought as much. No major complications to speak of inside either. Yeah, there's our evidence, and the water ether appears to be venting properly. I expect Krakoa will have seen a difference in its forge flames by the time I return. Since I have you, there was another matter I thought to discuss with you. Oh, sure. Nothing terribly important, merely something I've been considering. Part of this I shared with everyone, yet you, and only you, have been to Elpis. Yeah, why do you want to know about it? As we've established, refined adamantite is a product of Alag, of the Empire's twilight years, in fact. It was a material which saw much use as part of the Allagan's efforts to extend beyond the bounds of this world, Dalamud of course being the most prominent. Of those who would push further, expand Alag's empire to encompass the heavens and the stars above, perhaps the greatest was its infamous technologist, Amon. Who of course we now know as... yeah. Amon wanted to travel the Sea of Stars, or did he remember his life as Hermes? That's what I want to know. Or did he fall that far off? I believe he had his own reasons. There's no evidence to suggest that he retained the memories of his former life. He only joined the Asians once the Empire was all but dust, as you know. If not his memory though, what drove him to pursue the idea with such fervor? This may seem far-fetched, but what if souls, like minds, have a personality, so to speak, a natural disposition towards which they are inclined? We know with relative certainty that it was the gross decadence and exonerable decline of Alag that moved Aemon to resurrect Emperor Zonde. The Empire's people spoke lightly of death and destruction, experimenting on those they deemed beneath them to fill the emptiness in their hearts. In facilitating Zonde's return, Aemon provided these languid souls with the means to free themselves from the mar of their own indolence. Or would have, had not Zonde been convinced by his own death that life itself was meaningless. Aemon's desire for his countrymen to conquer the heavens could only be a means to the same end, to instill the people with new purpose. And so, like Hermes before him, Aemon was appalled by how those around him lived, but could never bring himself to believe that those lives were devoid of meaning. And both of them sought that meaning, that hope, in the distant stars. Such is my theory, anyway. Ultimately, it's the consequence of their actions which matter. Their motives are of no moment, and yet what? To reach those stars on wings of adamantite, to travel to the ends of creation and beyond, the promise of hope everlasting, that much I do understand. As we stare on at you, but enough reasoning for now. Why don't we see how Krakoa's getting on? Alright. Let's be on our way. Then we got to get back to... oh, we're going, and basically we're completing the loop, as it were. Yeah, because it's not quite to the Aether where we're going. Okay, so yeah, we're basically completing the circle. Well, yeah, there is one conveniently right there. It's like, if we're here, might as well check to see where the Aether currents are. So let's attune to this one. And then where was the last one? It's further. Go. So yeah, we'll pass through this section here. And then, yeah, we have Logisticon Gamma now. And then that just leaves one more section, which will likely have the Aether current we're looking for. How much further? A little more. Right up there. Alright, up we go! So yeah, we have now completed the map, as it were. Except for the core over there, And then, of course, there's all these quests that have now popped up. In the meantime, back to Dragoon gear. And so we've arrived on the scene. Hey there, Kokol. Whew, I can feel those flames blazing from here. Thought you found someone capable, Graha, but there's not much left for your lot to do. Unless you can conjure up that refined animite tiny faster. We're still getting to that point, so we'll take our experience in 904 gil. Alright, it's time to move on, so let's go ahead and speak with Kokol Dan Cole again to take on the next level 88 main story quest entitled Bonds of Adamant Tights. Kokol Dan Cole is, as usual, worked up over the Aether Burner, and this quest will have our Aether Current attached to it. I do trust you to deliver on your promise, I do. Only... I hate waiting for... I want that Adamantite, and I want it now! We share your patience, I assure you. Is there truly nothing else we can assist with in the meantime? I wish. This involves unbearable. Pity the firm frowns on recreational explosions. Well, so long as they can't prove it was premeditated, get you gone, I have mistakes to make. In that case, I suppose I should go and return the key to the reactor. I'll have one more look to make sure that nothing has gone wrong, unintentionally or otherwise. I'm certain there are better uses for your time, however. I will join you in Charlie and Hamlet anon. Oh, what was Scott talking about? Oh. I see what he means. Yeah, they're from Final Fantasy VII. Yeah, just in case they were wondering. So yeah, we arrive at the destination and we'll go ahead and check out. If you wait here, your companions are bound to turn up sooner or later. Were your companions? Yes. I mean, it's not like we got anything better to do for the time being. So yeah, we'll just chill out and wait. And so as the new dawn rises...
All set, I take it?
Hey there, Stola, and hey there, mon frère.
We finished what we could. Delivered supplies, tracked down escaped animals. Trivial tasks as they may be.
That's enough, don't you think? If there was anything more important still undone, that would be a problem in itself.
The vessel is essentially ready for departure. All that remains is to load the final batch of supplies and see everyone on board. Once we've readied the ether burner, that is.
Yeah.
Ah, had a feeling we might find you all here.
It was only a matter of time, right?
Our consultations with the Loperites, too, have run their course. Pleased I am to say that our researchers' concerns have, for the most part, been allayed, though some insist on making adjustments to the very end.
Oh, of course.
For their part, Livingway and her peers have graciously offered to stay and keep the people company, lest any lingering queries go unanswered.
All that remains is to wait for the refined adamantite.
Speaking of which...
Alphino, are you there? It's me, Cryle.
Hi there,
Special
Cryle.
delivery has arrived. Round up everyone and come to the harbor at once.
To the harbor? Alright.
Speak of the devil. Let us go at once.
Let's do this. And so... there's Fortunal.
Forgive the intrusion, Master Fortuner. I bring urgent news. A great commotion has broken out in Scholar's Harbor. Your presence is requested with all speed.
Yeah, he doesn't like that. Yeah, let's find out why. Hey there, Brandon! Hoo! Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you with us, and Merry Christmas!
Now, where might this delivery be? Oh.
Wow, that's a lot. Yeah, is this enough? And more are coming. Left, right, and center.
I'm sure it's very important, but we cannot accept these without the proper permits.
You gotta be kidding.
By the 12? Surely, these can't all be.
Yeah, and even more are on the way. Including a visit from the Sky Pirates of Heavensward.
Bleeding hellfire! They're bringing them by sea and by air. All these folks in these crates.
Yeah, he's blown away.
And more on the way. Got your adamantite right here. A bigger haul than any of these sorry bastards brought, and that's no lie.
Yeah, and they were saying something about 6%.
Yes, because you were charged with seeing the shipments from Gridania and Uldar here, along with your own. Give credit where credit is due.
Sounds like the sorry whinging of a sore loser. An hypocrite to boot.
Not again.
Ain't no way a scrawny whelp like you took a dozen steps inside a Dalaman shard.
I'll have you know I went all the way to the entrance. Furthermore, 'twas my contacts that enabled us to enlist the cooperation of the Sky Pirates.
Left you outside so you wouldn't get anyone killed, did they? Well then, credit where credit's due, you did a right fine job sitting on your ass.
Ouch.
Take that back.
Make me.
Yeah, these two aren't changing.
I will not stoop to your level.
It's like watching the Zayla. Like watching Sadu and Magni. Meanwhile...
My, what a grand welcome party.
Hi there, Hancock and Soroban.
Hancock and Soroban. We come bearing relics both sacred and Allegan, as well as a few other gifts that may be of help, to be presented with best wishes from the Eastern Alliance. Our friends in Bosnia, for instance, have sent along a few artifacts for the brave allies of the Resistance. That's you.
Yeah, of course, that line doesn't happen if you never go there.
And we brought a number of items from Eureka as well, courtesy of one Ejika Sunjika. He says a little advance warning would have been appreciated, by the by.
Yeah, you might not get that line depending on the choice you made at the end of Eureka, too.
I myself have come with a sacred relic of Rayson Temple. 'Twas passing fortunate that Senri's dango craving brought us to Kugane. We arrived precisely as Hancock was making his arrangements. Upon learning of your need, we made haste back to Hell's Lid, with our dango never failed, and consulted with the other auspices. All consented to the lending of Tenzin's legendary Phoenix Blade for this noble cause.
Wow, that's quite a relic there. Isn't it needed to
Suzaku
bind that one
and
guy?
Seiryu were nevertheless worried that it might be lost in transit, however, and insisted upon accompanying me to Onokoro, where I had intended to entrust it to our Confederate allies. I thought instead to give it over to Hancock when we chanced to cross paths yet again. But alas, Seiryu remained ill at ease, and ordered me see the blade into your hands personally, or die trying.
We did, of course, need quite the impressive vessel to get it all here in time.
And so you called upon the Prime of Vista.
Fortunately, our majestic associates have been more than helpful. 'Tis an honor to join the Warrior of Light on another adventure, they tell me.
This is probably one of the best reasons that I was out of work for as long as I was because of COVID, because it allowed me to cover all of these other things that I would have not otherwise done. And it's allowed me to flesh out the story a lot more.
That is all wonderful to hear, but what of the extraordinary cost? I shudder to think of the ransom we must pay for such a bounty.
Yeah. How much do we have to cough up to Rowena? Geralt's debt must pale in comparison.
Fret not for your coin purse, young Alphino. Lord Lolorito looks ever towards the profits of the future, and thus the East Aldenard Trading Company went to some lengths to reduce the financial liability. And since the Scions funded the entire venture, not a gill need be rendered up in compensation. Everything is already yours.
How do we fund it, though?
We funded the venture? When?
And by who?
Don't let the name fool you. This coin keeper knows a thing or two about spending.
Tataru, we hear. Yeah, so it looks like you've arrived on the scene too.
When it comes to capital investiture, a sprinkling of gil here and there will not do. You need enough savings to make waves when it really counts, which is why frugality is paramount. We also have the benefit of a generous patron. Generous being rather an understatement.
And who was that?
She has supported us from the shadows since the very founding of the Scions. We even had coffers to fill.
I recognize that choir robe. Hi there, Emiliance. Yeah, it comes out after all this time.
I remain, of course, an entirely neutral party. I simply thought our family's coffers were needlessly full.
Yeah, we're gonna have to have a talk about our finances when this is all over.
We can hardly take them with us on your teeny-tiny toy boat, now can we? And 'twould be a shame to leave all that hard-earned wealth unspent.
Thus, these two ladies make a great
Waste
team.
not.
And Unfortunately's like, I can't believe you just did that. Meanwhile...
However did you manage so much in so short a time, though? We expected word to reach only a fraction of our allies.
Did I not tell you I have my ways?
Hi, Kryl. Oh, you brought in Aaronville.
Aaronville? You were involved too.
Doing his cleaner
I
work.
received a letter from Kryl after we parted ways in Labyrinthos. She explained what the Scions were trying to accomplish, and why you might soon require the services of the cleaners, spread across the world as we are.
I guess they don't answer to the form anymore.
You do not interpret this as a betrayal of Charlie. I accept that the form's aim in pushing us to our limits was to preserve what knowledge we have, and I bear you no ill will for it.
But...
Yet, in collecting that knowledge, what I came to appreciate most about our star is that there remains so much we do not know. That is why I chose to help the Scions, to combat the obliteration of those countless undiscovered wonders. I held no illusions that they would be less demanding taskmasters. So, rest assured, if I had, I would have been sorely disappointed.
You are being so badly undone.
To make a long story short, the whole of the guild ship cooperated to ensure your call was heard far and wide.
Yeah, and guess who finally showed up? Hi, Sid, how are ya?
What's this about a ship that can fly to the moon?
And you're not alone.
And why didn't you mention it sooner? The one time you don't beg my aid, your problem's a bloody ship that can fly to the moon.
See it! You brought the team.
And then some.
Of course. Garland Ironworks' finest. You need only point us towards my new favorite ship.
And yeah, even Alpha and Omega are here.
Oh, I nearly forgot. We stopped by Whirlit before coming here and picked up a package from Gaius.
Oh, something a little extra
He's
special?
still of the mind that actions make for better penance than words, contrite or otherwise, so we offer none of the latter. What he sent is an Allagan relic Valens used in his weapons experiments. Has a fair bit of refined adamantite in it too.
Good to know it'll be used for the right reasons.
As you like us not suspect, we've also brought adamantite from Mordona's Dalamud Shard.
Yeah, hey there, Hori and Colton. How are ya?
I admit to some consternation upon first receiving Kryl's message. So few scions remain at the Rising Stones now. Far too few for such an expedition.
So what did you do?
However, the Gleaners were able to secure us reinforcements. Idleshire's treasure hunters, not least among them.
Idleshire?
I know. How the Gobbyflop fought. Slowfix's gratitude for the safe return of his daughter has not waned, and he gathered his kin to our side with an astounding quickness. The clash between their machina and the Allagan defences was a sight to behold. I wager even you would have been impressed by the magnitude of the Gobby booms.
Oh, I'm sure I would have. Quite impressive, isn't it?
Fascinating as all this is, I fail to see how it explains your presence here. Does Razat-Han not have more pressing concerns?
Well, it's all of our concerns now, isn't it?
We do. Yet averting the final days would be the most expedient solution. That, and I am indebted to you. Though they chose to take their leave of Thavnair, those you saved in Galimund remain my people. My gratitude is beyond words. 'Tis appropriate that I aid you in kind. If in the doing we bring salvation to others of this star, so much the better. You will recall that I spoke of my father, Midgard Sommer, and his journey across the great expanse. As he traveled betwixt the stars, his resplendent scales drank of the ether in those nigh empty surrounds, and imparted to him the strength to persevere. Thinking they might further your cause, I called out to my kin for consent.
Which brings us to where we are
Ashda's
now.
answer was silence, as ever. Tiamat and Chrisvelgre, however, responded favorably to the suggestion. My sire, too, stirred from his slumber long enough to speak and say, "Very well." Thus have I brought you his own worm scales. Fit them to your purpose, and seek a worthier fate for us all.
Midgard Sommer took a Brazilian wax too?
You'd be hard-pressed to find someone else so familiar with the unique properties of dragon scales. So I invited myself along.
And I'm glad you did there, Nidhana.
Look at me, this is so unbelievable. I've gone right back round to believing it again. Forget a 6% gain in efficiency. With all these goodies, we could get 7, no, 10, no, 14 bleeding percent.
Maybe even more.
Think of how far we could go. What we could do with that much power. What we could blow up.
Scratch the ladder. That's not why you're here.
If Kokol is duly convinced, then it must be true. In which case, the Scion's end of the bargain has been fulfilled.
Would you not agree?
Yeah, I can't wait to hear this answer. Out with it, old man. Yeah, give him that icy stare that you do so well.
Yes, Father?
You're not allowed to call me that.
I know not what you seek of Hydaelyn, nor for what purpose you would take command of our ship. Yet this much is certain. To do so will be to dictate the fate of this star and the lives upon it. The lives of each and every creature, in their magnitude and their fragility. Do you understand? And are you prepared?
Why do you think we're
We
here?
have seen and we have felt how much each life shapes this world. And so we are determined to abandon none. We understand what is at stake, and we are prepared to bear this burden.
Have we finally cracked you? The answer is yes.
Then I will bear it with you.
Took you long enough to finally crack.
I beg you. Share your struggles with me. As family.
Is this close as we're getting to I'm sorry? Mission accomplished.
You grasped my fingers with such tiny hands the day you were born. I thought my heart might burst. It was love and happiness beyond expression. Overwhelming. And a conviction so powerful that I trembled with something close to rage.
Why would you be angry, though?
I had heard the final days foretold. I swore to myself then and there that I would not let them steal your futures. The great Exodus would succeed. Must succeed. No sacrifice or sin was worse than the alternative. If anything gave me pause, 'twas mine own father.
Yeah, we heard about that.
The Archon Louisoix openly decried Charlian's policies. A perspective which I regarded with increasing disdain as I grew older. Yet even as part of me thought him a fool. Perhaps I also hoped that he, of all people, would devise a brilliant means to save my children.
Well, that's why he did what he did at Cartano.
A naive hope. But stubborn enough that I could never bring myself to keep you apart. No, that was his doing. When he perished at Cartano. As we pulled that twisted slab of Dalamud from the sea, I remembered the warmth of your newborn touch. Chastened, I vowed never again to suffer any interference in my mission to protect you.
Well, you kind of failed at that, didn't you?
No matter that you yourselves wished otherwise. Detest me, fight me tooth and nail, I would suffer it, and more. And be satisfied so long as I could force you onto the ship. I was wrong. You two have grown so much stronger and so much wiser than I dared dream.
And they're still kids.
You have earned the right to walk your own path. And already begun to do so.
Yeah, that happened 8 years ago, in case you forgot.
Good. Because there are things we care about, and people we love. And none of them is replaceable. Not a one.
it cannot have been an easy journey for you to have come so far.
We shall be glad to acquaint you with the finer details someday, once this danger has passed. All that we have seen and heard, that we have felt and learned in our travels. Ours is not a kind world, but it is beautiful. Always.
Oh no. Are you quite sure that's wise? After all, someone turns pale and flees the room when he sees so much as an envelope containing word of your adventures.
Yeah, I mean, he's already bearing his soul. I guess a little more embarrassment wouldn't hurt.
Whatever will happen if he learns what you were really up to?
Millions.
We finally got the family reunion we were looking for. And so now...
Though I have wronged my children most gravely, I owe you an apology as well. I assumed that it was the Scion's influence that made them so keen to charge headlong into danger.
Yeah, too bad the head of the Scions will never be here to hear you say those words. And that is me.
In particular. I see now that said influence instead brought them together with the many fine people gathered here today. In which case, I hope you continue to guide them.
We'll do what we can, sir.
If we've finished loitering about the harbor, might I suggest we put our plans into motion? People are beginning to look confused.
Perhaps you can spare a few words ere they resume the tedious lugging of cargo. You've no small number of friends and admirers here, after all.
Yeah, I'm just the fifth in a long line of warriors of light. So yeah, let's look around at all these people who have been accumulated here. I'm guessing because this is Rika, this is probably not all of the people. If someone's probably done all the 80s, there's probably a lot more people who would even be here right now. Lend us your strength. Our moment of triumph is close at hand or with me. Yeah, we could keep it simple, but let's get really bold with this statement. Yeah, there's a cheer for you.
Your assistance is appreciated. Now, in an orderly fashion, if you please.
Yeah, let's get to it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to once again look at post and try and get my other warriors of light forward to be able to see just how many more people could possibly show up in that cutscene. Yeah, now the snow is starting to roll in. Alpha note. We finally managed to clear the harbor, which means the rest is in the engineer's capable hands. Meanwhile, Father has issued to us an invitation. As we agreed, he will reveal the means by which Highland may be contacted. We are to meet him at a foyer when we are ready. Given the vital knowledge she holds, I suggest we leave without delay. It transpires, however, that the Fawn's method for speaking with her is not without risks. I'm curious to hear what those might entail, but regardless, be warned. Most of those who arrive at the Adamantite have offered to stay and see to any remaining tasks they need doing. The Fawn has already asked for my assistance in overseeing the process, so you needn't worry about a thing. Yeah, the snow was here and then it left briefly. Thank you, Tataru. We're off to Aporia then. Alright, you got it. So I guess we gotta go on back. Then, let's go ahead and do it. Back on to Aporia. Okay, so there's Fortuno. Let's go and speak with him. Rika, I've already shown the others inside. You will want to speak with Clara Lane. She has the key to the lift and can send you down after me. Let's follow then. So in we go. Hello there, ma'am. You're with Master Fortuno, yes? Just this inside the lift here. Send to the lower levels. We've made it to another level. From here, we proceed to the heart of Labyrinthos, and its most closely guarded secret, Thamazane. It marks the beginning and end of our efforts, whence we delve to seek audience with the star, and whence we will embark on our journey to the heavens. This way, if you please. Alright then. Where's my motorcycle? There we are. Yeah, I should probably change outfits real quick. Just for the experience. There we go. Yeah, I was like, I better make sure I do this right. And thus I did. Open the door. Let's have a look. Yeah, because the look on my face says it all. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, it's a fancy thing that looks like the Epoch from Chrono Trigger. Yeah, let's see this thing in all of its majesty. Hi, everyone. I bid you welcome to Thamazane. Direct your attention towards the center to behold the ark over which we have long labored. Yeah, let's check it out. As you can see, it was designed as a medium-sized craft, the better to reduce fuel consumption. Miniaturizing magics have been applied to its interior to ensure that the thrust-to-weight ratio does not place too great a limitation on its freight capacity. How's that so? The Aether Burner, as you know, has been removed for further modification, but we shall reattach it soon enough. I've received word that Kakol and several of your allies are working on it with an intense fervor. They are sure to see it done. 'Twas by their expertise that many a prior disaster was averted. If anything, I fear they will not afford us much time for speaking with Hydaelyn ere they finish. Point taken. Let us move on. I must warn you again, however, that even with the benefit of our device, to treat with her is not a simple feat. So what do we gotta do exactly? I guess we'll find out after we get out of here and speak with Fortuno again to complete this particular quest. I have done what I can to impress upon you the gravity of what lies ahead. Are you prepared? As much as we can hope to be, so we will take our 500,000 points, 1,414 gil, a level 88 helmet, and the last main story Aether Current here for this particular part of the story. And so I can only imagine the next quest is level 89. And it will be our next dungeon. Which means that comes tomorrow. We're gonna cut things here because this really is the proper spot to put things to an end for now. But of course, there are still stuff to do. We still have all these side quests so over back in the Shining Hamlet, which include 2 blue quests. So we got 1 or maybe 2 chain quests associated over here. So we gotta pick these all up. So I will be back with you tomorrow morning to pick up all these quests. And then we might do a little something extra depending on how things go. So I have something in mind, but we'll see how it all unfolds. But at the very least, I'm at a point where I believe that tomorrow afternoon, we will have the ability to travel on to the next dungeon and the trial that comes with it, because yeah, it's gonna be quite the long journey for what we're gonna be doing next. So I hope that after you guys have opened up your gifts and had your Christmas breakfast, you'll come join me here tomorrow morning on Twitch as we continue on with Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. We're now at the next major milestone of the journey, and of course, now that we finally have Fortuno on our side, only took 9 levels, we now prepare ourselves for whatever awaits us next. And I hope that I will see you guys tomorrow morning when we do exactly that. So, with that, I'd like to thank everyone for watching the continuation of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker live here on Twitch. See you guys tomorrow morning on Christmas Day as we get our big extravaganza going with taking care of the remaining side quests here in Labyrinthos, followed by a journey to the level 89 dungeon and hopefully our long-awaited reunion with Hydaelyn. So, thank you very much everyone for watching, and until next time everyone, may you ever walk in the light of the crystal!